What's that lurking in the woods? Is it a bear pulling its pud? Oh no, it's Nobby on the prowl again. Scratching his back against a tree, then digs a ditch and bends both knees to squat above it, dumping wild and free. Nobby, Nobby, Nobby.
Howdy heartthrobs, and welcome to my very first gear review on my gear review channel. Name's a bit of a mouthful, don't give a monkeys. Just very quickly, for those that may not be viewers of my regular channel, step away from the screens. What I started doing this for is I'm inundated with people asking me to review kit, the vast majority of which I tell to jog on because it's tat. But I've had a few bits of kit that I thought I'll give it a try. Rather than punt it to you on my normal channel, I'll test it out here. When I use it on my channel, if you see it, you can come here and have a look at the review. Saves wasting another 20 minutes per video because they're boring enough as they are. Anyway, the first product is the Whitehills Baker Tent, weighing in at 1.7 kilograms, which, although not the lightest, when you're using it for the woodland and stuff, it ain't too bad. I'm going to set this up now, put a time lapse on so you can see how long it takes to go up. I'll tell you how long it takes to go up. Then we'll have a walk round, have a look round, the pluses, the minuses, see if it's worth the price. $69.95 at the minute on Amazon, link below. I've had a quick look inside, it don't look too bad.
Pop man and pop beast to cook a roadkill feast for you. Nobby, Nobby, Nobby. You can find him in the woods, gotta wonder what he's up to. He'd admit he looks a state, surprised a hammer takes that weight. Yeah, he's no oil painting, that's for sure. And he don't suffer fools at all. He's got a friend with just one ball. Deep down we know he loves us all, but we never let it show. Nobby, Nobby, Nobby.
Right then, so let's take a little look what you get for your money. The fabric is a 210T polyester for all you geeks out there. Difference between polyester and like nylon or sil nylon. Sil nylon is stronger per weight. So what you will find with this, it's got a thicker feel to it. It will be resistant to abrasion a bit better than sil nylon. Dry quicker better than sil nylon, but it comes at a cost of weight. I'm not sure what the difference is with UV rays hitting it and stuff like that. I'm not a bleeding scientist, I'm a bloke that kicks in the woods. But the quality feels really good. You get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 pegs. That is 11 pegs. First tick in the box for this over a lot of the tents you do get. It's got the ground stake type pegs, but the longer ones. So instantly better than those mini ground stake ones you have. It's got a mesh inner, so you can see that there. I'll walk you around and actually point these things out as well. Very fine mesh. It looks like it will keep pretty much any bug out that the UK's got to offer. Even Scottish midges, the dreaded midges. You have points here so you can roll up the sunshade and tie it up top. Also you could run a ridge line through that and use it to tie up between two trees. Obviously I'm using these poles and my walking poles. It's not supplied with them. You can use sticks, you can tie it up to a tree. It is what it is. When this gets zipped down, which I will show you in a bit, it gives you a good 18 inch gap in between there, so you've got a bit of airflow. It's also got at the back a mesh strip that runs the length of the tent, just like you get on the French F1 tent, to help with the airflow. I haven't stayed overnight in it yet. I can't vouch for the condensation issues you may or may not have. All of the edges have the adjusters on there, and these lines also have adjusters. Same with every corner, with the exception of the right in the corners of the main tent body, because you're pegging that out taut, obviously. Yeah, it's pretty choppy. A little bit windy here. There ain't no shifting that unless I want to shift it. It looks like it's going to hoy it down here, so I might actually get to test some of the waterproofness out of it. I'm going to see how much room we got. Loads of room, sitting down, cooking, doing what you need to do, much like the other tent I knocked up the other day. It ain't a bad spot. It does feel pretty quality, to be fair. The one thing I don't like about it is the inside of this ripstop polyester is, oh look at that wind getting proper up, is a very light shade, so almost white. Not too good if you're camping until you zipped up. I need to grab that bag. So yeah, all in all, I'm pretty impressed with it. Let's go and have a look inside, shall we? See the room we've got. Right, I am Mr. Average. 5'9" and a fag butt. Average height. A little bit over average weight, let's face it. Obviously I could roll this netting up to there, which I will do for now because there ain't many bugs in this wind. Just so you can see my beautiful face, because let's face it, it's the only reason you're here. As you can see by that, it's proper blowing out here. It's holding firm. Come on fingers, work. Right, so that's me laid there, I'd say. I've got a good 4-inch top and bottom. Can I sit up in it? Yes I can. As you can see here, you've got that vent to let the air flow through. 1, 2, 3, 4 pockets. It's all right. All of the seams are taped. The zips, as with the last tent I tried, they're not YKK, but there's nothing wrong with them. They seem to operate all right. There is, sorry to look like Michael Jackson in Thriller, but yeah, it's not a bad little shelter, you know. And as you can see by that, it's getting slapped around at the moment by the wind, but holding upright. I'm going to get the old GoPro and show you around inside, a few close-ups and all that sort of shizzle, and we'll go from there, eh? So, as previously mentioned, you've got your adjusters on each corner. One there, same the other side. Got a decent loop there, only single stitched, but the seams are double stitched, which is always a bonus. Toggles to run your ridge line through. Now I'm not necessarily sure whether I trust that to hold the weight of the tarp or not. It is for holding this when it's rolled up and flapped, but it's an option. You can of course just tie off from these areas, which are pretty damn good. Here you have the zips, so you can see not YKK, just normal zips. And there you have the flap that holds the canopy out as you're around. So then at the back, this is the flap that hides the mozzie net, which is always a bonus. Again, that is tied down by the long pegs and adjusters. Centre bit pulled out, which gives you a little bit more headroom and a little bit more depth. All of these guy lines have got adjusters on them, and I left that one out just so you can see it is the long peg rather than the short ones. Pretty good so far, wouldn't you say? Oh, got me. Right, inside, this mozzie net runs the full, almost the full length of the tent. And that's me set up in it. Happy days. Tell you what, it ain't bad. Considering the wind that's coming through here, it's holding up well. What I'm going to do now, drop these sides, shut her down, and we'll have a look to see how it feels with that down, shall we? Don't know why, it's going to feel like a tent. Little things I would like to see, as I say, it is seam sealed and stuff, but these points is well reinforced. Personally, it'd be nice to have a couple of, oh no, you have got them. Sorry. There is a hook up there, which I'm not sure if you can see. Nothing up this end that I could see though, which is a shame because it'd be nice to have a line running through. But you know, only little things, isn't it? I would have liked to vent up here with a little towel over the top of it. That would have really been nice, because condensation is an issue with single skin tents. Right, I'll get these boots off, I'll kick them down and we'll get zipping. Oh. So I'm sat up in her now. I've got side on to the wind, as you could see from the front of the video. It does come in a bit, but that's to be expected. Obviously, if you were meant to pitch it properly, you wouldn't be side on to the wind, would you? But if you look down there, you can see the gap that's going to give you from where your bug net ends. So it's still too tight to actually use any sort of cooking in there unless you've got the flap up. But it does give you a bit of space. Lifts up the front a little as well to let the airflow come through. But it's quite stuffy in here at the minute. It's going to be. I'm fat. All in all, yeah, it's not too bad. It's a well-made little tent. Seams are seam sealed, pockets are seam sealed, everywhere where they're stitched is seam sealed. Double stitching on all of the seams. Decent mesh, bit white inside, and made of polyester, not ripstop nylon. But I don't know if polyester's better or worse than ripstop nylon, to be honest. It's different. It feels like a much thicker material. I'll pop back outside because I'm starting to get a sweat. Not bad. So bear in mind, 69 quid delivered. It's much like the old one Tigress Baker's tent and the other ones that do them also. Not sure if they're nylon or whether they're polyester. The polyester thing doesn't worry me, it just feels like a thicker material. Everything about it seems pretty good, to be fair, you know. A couple of little things that I would prefer. Slightly thicker cord on the adjusters, and that is purely because on my old Landsham one it's the same cord, and also on my Chinese trail style copy it's the same cord, and occasionally it could slip, but all you need to do is a little half knot in there and it stops that regardless. That hasn't slipped yet. I could be worrying about nothing, got to say. 10 minutes it took me to erect, but that was attaching the guy lines and everything. Can't remember if I told you, it's a 3000mm hydrostatic head. Yeah. Baker's tent. Now if you're in the woodland, I like this. I do like this setup. The sun's coming out now. It's giving me a bit of shelter, blowing through. It ain't bad, you know. Obviously you have to supply your own poles or cut your own sticks, but you know, it's not the lightest at 1.7. It don't weigh a ton, and if you're using it for the woodland, let's face it, if you're carrying a lavu in or anything like that, it's going to weigh a damn sight more. With it being DPM, camouflage, very well hidden, apart from the white innards. Yeah. If you've got any questions about it, put them in the comments below. It's my first ever review vid on this channel. Check out Step Away From The Screens for merch and shit. Anyhow, I've bored you enough now. The reason I wanted to take these out of my bleeding videos is because they take too long to do. I'm going to pack it down. I will record it, but it's someone taking the tent down, innit? Oh yeah, before I forget, I can't remember if they called it a one-man or a two-man tent. You could squeeze two men in it. If I'm being brutally honest, you could if you're very close and you don't mind touching each other. But obviously a one-man tent. But you could have someone sleeping underneath the awning as well, and it's going to keep your kit dry. That was it.
Part man and part beast to cook a roadkill feast for you. Nobby, Nobby, Nobby. You're gonna find him in the woods, gotta wonder what he's up to. Get a fire going, chuck a rabbit on, maybe a wood pigeon will save the bacon grill till morning, and he's gonna try a running somersault.
Right then, so as I'm walking out, all in all, I've been quite impressed with her. 69 quid. I haven't tried it yet. Please bear in mind, I was given that for free. Every time I do a review vid, I'll let you know if I was giving it for free or whether I bought it, so you know whether to believe me or not. But they're not paying me. I ain't gonna lie for them. For what it says it does, it looks like it will do. Do I go out for a camp tonight? I might go out for a camp tonight and get you some footage of what it looks like in a future vid, but I probably won't, because I'm away for 4 days next week and my wife will have my knackers for earrings. Anyhow, first vid, probably a shit vid. It's a review vid, isn't it? If it helped, let me know. If it didn't, call me a bit of a prick. Till next time, ta-da.